Now listen, I'm 10 days out from a Carnival cruise myself. I've been planning outfits, counting down the days, and then my timeline kind of turned crazy. I see Carnival trending like it's an episode of Cops. Fights, flips, and fools. I said, wait, what? What did I just book? Let me stop and actually take a look at this. So I start clicking. And this is what I found.
A brawl broke out aboard Carnival Sunrise over the weekend as the ship sailed from Half Moon Cay in the Bahamas. Yeah, video shows multiple passengers throwing chairs and fists on the Lido near the pizzeria in the back of the ship. Now, Carnival, their security team quickly intervened to de-escalate the situation. Following its strict zero-tolerance policy, Carnival confirmed that the passengers involved are now permanently banned from sailing with the cruise line. Recently, Carnival placed letters in the staterooms fleet-wide outlining its have fun, be safe rules and policies.
Did I just book a cruise on the Freaknik of the Seas? Carnival said sail and sip, not swing, slap, and flip. And just when I thought it couldn't get any worse, y'all are out here sneaking vodka into Summer's Eve bottles like the Lord didn't give y'all the Holy Spirit or a conscience? I watched this clip, y'all, so you don't have to. Take a look.
It worked. I got it in. I just got like little Clorox stuff, medicine. I just put that in my carry-on bag.
$500 charge and potential disembarkation from the ship. We have strict safety guidelines that allow us to provide a safe environment. We'll give some options for our guests who want to smoke. So, smokers, listen up. Smoking is only allowed in designated areas. Exact locations for public smoking can be found in your fun time and on the Carnival Hub app. All staterooms and suite accommodations, including outside balconies, are non-smoking. Cigarettes or cigars.
I also put this in my luggage.
Provided for no purpose in public areas. Under no circumstances must a lit cigarette or hot ash.
About this, the white bottle, and you pour out the mouthwash and wash it out real good. This the rest of the alcohol, y'all.
Safe cruising, tip number 7. Make sure you have fun on your cruise vacation.
And there you go.
I'm sorry. Are y'all really chasing Smirnoff with Summer's Eve now? Tito's in a tampon? Hennessy in a hygiene bottle? Summer's Eve and Smirnoff should never even be in the same sentence, let alone in the same bottle. How's that liquor gonna taste, ma'am? You pouring vodka through a vinegar rinse. If the cruises bar is that far out of your budget, then maybe the cruise is out of your budget too. And just when I thought the tampon tequila was bad, they moved on to douche bottles. Because apparently the goal is not only to show up drunk, but to show up yeast-free with a fully disinfected digestive tract and a freshly rinsed coochie. Priorities, I guess.
No.
Ma'am, that is not what the Bible meant by being washed. Y'all drinking Smirnoff like it's holy water, and then you're storing it like it's a yeast infection. I don't know if I should call a bartender or the CDC. At this point, Carnival needs to just start searching for sense, not just contrabands.
Carnival Jubilee at the port of Galveston, it got out of control. A massive brawl erupted. There was no security or cops near it at all. And when you see security, he doesn't want to get involved. Everyone involved in this brawl should never be allowed on a cruise ever again after this.
If you got flagged by security before they even scanned your ghetto oh, I'm sorry, I meant your boarding pass, maybe you should just stay home the next time. So let's fast forward. Some of y'all actually made it on the ship. Should have been a win, right? Except you still didn't know how to act. Take a look at this high seas hood nonsense.
Big C. Hey, what happened? Big C.
They getting the security.
Let's go.
I know you didn't pack 2 wigs, 3 tampons full of Tito's, a douche bottle full of gin, your EBT card, and a Bluetooth speaker just to get kicked off this boat like it was Spirit Airlines at sea. All of that in your Samsonite, and somehow you managed to leave your common sense at home. You brought the bundles, the bottles, and the boldness, but you forgot the bare minimum. You forgot to bring your home training. And this doesn't make sense. I mean, look at these people. They don't look like cruise security. They look like mall cops at the DMV. They don't want to get involved in this mess. I don't blame them. I wouldn't want to involve myself in that foolishness either. I mean, they didn't sign up for this. This is a cruise line. This just looks ridiculous. I guess it kind of looks more like the first 48 Carnival edition. So after the wigs, the weaves, the tampon bottles, the backflips, the brawls, and the bootleg vodka being smuggled in with the summer's eve, you know what else they brought? Not sunscreen, not books, God forbid, not class, not manners, not respect, not even basic human decency. You know what they brought, y'all? They brought fans. That's what made the cut. Fans. Because if there's one thing they're going to do, it's get their boots on the ground. How do you manage to transform the Lido deck into the Players Club? And you know what I'm talking about. The ghetto club. Every hood has one. You know, the one with no cover charge, parking lot shootouts, and baby daddy drama. You know the one. Every true ghetto has one, where the parking lot is just as lit or even more lit than the club because nobody wants to pay a cover charge or buy drinks, so they just pull up to the parking lot with a trunk full of liquor, ice, and snacks, and some styrofoam. Yeah, y'all know the one. That's what they turned this cruise into, or this cruise line into. They turned a whole family-friendly cruise line into Club Ghetto International. And at this point, tell me new rules. They need a whole new set of passengers. But I can't just blame the passengers because Carnival did this to themselves by having the bargain basement cheapo cruises, the ones that you go on Facebook and it says, oh, you want a cruise, or oh, you get to go on a cruise for $199. Those ones? Yeah. I mean, who were they marketing to? You don't know. You know who. They were marketing to exactly who they got. The ghetto. And wouldn't you know, Carnival finally had to step in. Because when you turn the Lido deck into the Players Club, the cruise line has to turn the captain into the school principal. Let's just go ahead and read through these new rules they had to roll out, since apparently folks couldn't behave for 3 days without a booking number, a bail sponsor, and a babysitter. Here we go. New rule number 1. Teens now have a 1 a.m. curfew. So the translation is really that there's not going to be any more mobs of minors running through the Lido deck like it's Chuck E. Cheese after dark. I mean, I think personally that they should back it up to 11 p.m. But I mean, maybe midnight for teenagers, but 1 a.m. is better than nothing. It's better than what we had before, right? So yeah, 1 a.m. Be in that cabin, or I guess go overboard. I don't know. Anyway, rule number 2 is the age policy. So now you need to be at least 21 or older to sail, or if you're under 21, you've got to be accompanied by someone who is at least 25 years old. I get it. I think the 25-year-olds need to be accompanied by somebody who's at least 30, because clearly all y'all need adult supervision. Rule number 3 is a fan ban. So no more of that clack, clack, boots on the ground, folding fans in the club. Carnival said, no sir, no ma'am, battery-powered fans only. So now you can either be cool or be loud. Pick your poison. Rule number 4 is the pool chair rule. This one says you leave your seat by the pool for more than 40 minutes. They're tossing your towel like TSA tosses lotion. Now, I mean, I just got a few more suggestions. I agree with all of these rules personally, and while a lot of folks might not, let's be honest, rules only exist because somebody broke them. So these rules weren't just pulled out of nowhere. They were born out of bad behavior. Somebody out there didn't know how to leave the ghetto at home. I mean, they didn't know how to let the hood stay in the hood. They loved the hood so much that they just had to bring it with them, even on vacation. And Carnival, they couldn't just say, leave the hood at home directly. So instead, they just dropped a whole new list of rules to deal with it. But between me and you, I think they left out a few. Now look, these next few rules that I'm going to go over, Carnival didn't write these. I did. Because sometimes the official rules just don't hit hard enough. And since I got a cruise coming up, I'm here to help them out. Y'all ready? All right. You ready? Here you go.
Get on a ferry to go over to the Blue Lagoon beach. We stood over an hour in line waiting on the ferry to get here. Finally, when we got on, it went crazy. There's a family of 3 that apparently didn't get the wristbands that is required to go to the beach. No wristband, you don't get off of the boat at the dock. Just that simple. But the mom, she was not having it. She was determined that she was not getting off of this boat. Security came, asked her to leave, and she just kept saying, I'm not getting off of the boat. Over and over again. Her little boy was begging her to get off of the boat. And then the little boy just walked away and broke down and started crying. And to make it worse, it was very hot. Like I can't breathe hot. And one lady started having an asthma attack. At this point, everyone's sweating, waiting and watching this unfold. Finally, a security guard shows up that can actually lift her. And I kid you not, she lifts her up and carries her off of the boat. I've seen a lot on cruises, but this right here was the next level. The moral of the story is when you go on a cruise excursion, get your wristband, don't fight security, and maybe don't ruin your kids' vacation. How embarrassing is this for your child? Have y'all ever experienced drama like this on Carnival Glory?
Rule number 1, if you didn't pay, you don't play. Because let's be real, this isn't Survive in Advance. You can't just plant your pork chops in a seat and hope nobody notices. If the staff has to escort you like Rasputia mid-tantrum or like they're dragging out livestock in orthopedic sneakers, ma'am, pack it up. That lady sat down like she was invisible. Sis knew she didn't pay for that ferry ride, but she posted up there like she paid for a first-class ticket. And then, you know, I don't feel bad for her, but I feel bad for all the other people involved that had to be subjected to this level of ignorance. And especially for her poor son. I mean, look at her poor baby in the background, begging and crying and just pleading with her to get up. He is so embarrassed. I mean, even he knew better. And I feel so bad for him. And this is the next generation, right? But this is what we're teaching them. This is what we're going to teach them? Please, the baby already has more sense than she does. She's a hindrance to him at this point. But please, somebody also, aside from them, I feel bad for the people that had to pick her big butt up and drag her up off of that ferry. I mean, I really feel bad for that lady's vertebrae. That crew member, yeah, I feel bad for her back. Because that lady looked like she needed OSHA clearance just to be moved. I mean, that staff should have had a forklift and a chiropractor on standby. Matter of fact, Carnival, do the right thing. Give that woman a bonus check, a massage, and a free vacation. Because I know she clocked out that night with nerve damage. I know her back was done. My back was hurting just looking. Rule number 2, no twerking on the dance floor. Now, you really pulled your whole dress up on a boat? Ma'am, you are on the ocean, not the main stage. What in the broke and busted booty Olympics is this? Now, I know your ancestors didn't survive the Middle Passage just for you to treat the promenade like it's Magic City. I mean, come on, can we not twerk in places where people are trying to eat their shrimp cocktail in peace? Because I know whatever it was they were trying to eat, whatever was trying to be digested, came all the way back up when you bent over and lifted up your stuff like that. Now, I don't know where you think you are, but this is not the BET Uncut Cruise, okay? You're just one butt cheek away from getting banned from the buffet for good, forever, as you should be, ma'am. Because I just know that there was some kid, because this was before the curfew, right? This is before the 1 a.m. curfew. I'm sure that there's some kid behind you somewhere who saw everything and probably never saw anything after that, because I'm sure their retinas just got burned clean out to a crisp. Just like that, right? I know there's a kid somewhere that saw everything. And that kid is going to need therapy, glasses, and a tetanus shot. Ridiculous. This is ridiculous. You out here with no shame, no rhythm, and no sense of public decency. And ma'am, if you love the spotlight so much, why don't you just audition for a talent show, okay? Go on America's Next Top Tramp. I don't know. But please, leave the cruise alone. Twerk class is canceled.
Wait. Trying to this morning. What is going on? Who's cute, baby? The dogs. Let's see.
Oh, they on 6th floor.
That's our room.
Oh, the dogs. The dogs.
Rule number 3. If you light it, they will sniff. Now see, this is why you don't pack Snoop's starter kit on a Carnival cruise or any other cruise. Sis really thought nobody would smell it on a cruise ship where the hallways are tighter than a waist trainer on an Easter Sunday? Oh, please, you have no ventilation. All you've got there is a vacuum. So just, you don't even have to puff on it. If you got some good green, and I'm a former smoker, so I know what it is I'm talking about. I don't do those kind of things anymore because the Lord hath delivered me. However, even if you got some good green just contained, once that seal pops, that funk is going to do a lap around that whole floor like it's doing cardio. And I'm sure that's exactly what happened. Y'all see her coming down the hall? Ooh, that's our room. That's our room. Uh-huh, yeah, we know. That sniff you just heard, ma'am? It wasn't your neighbor. That was security with those dogs, a badge, and a clipboard full of consequences. So let me say this real loud for the cruisers and the cheap cabins all the way at the bottom of the ship. This is not Jamaica. This is not your cousin's basement, and it's not high school. If you have to smoke that bad that you can't even take a few days away from it to go on vacation, do yourself a favor. Stay home. Stay home. Roll one on your porch. Hell, go to rehab if you need to. Just don't try and turn Carnival into the Cush Cruise. Because when you get kicked off at the next port, and you will get kicked off, you're going to be high, all right. High and dry. Now, while I'm over here trying to restore order and offer free back braces to the crew, there's a whole other group of folks hyping this madness up like it's cute. And now, here come the excuses. So now, Carnival's the bad guy. The rules are the problem, not the behavior that made the rules necessary in the first place, right? Let's take a look at some of the folks that got the audacity to try and defend this mess.
Whoever said Carnival Cruises was ghetto is really just anti-black. I promise you, they're just anti-black. You go to where you be screaming.
Right here.
Baby, them new Carnival rules ain't racist. Ghetto behavior is universal. And we is tied, honey. Good riddance. Baby, them new Carnival rules ain't racist. Ghetto behavior is universal. And
So
we
is
is
it just
tied,
me,
honey.
or is
Good
Carnival
riddance.
Cruise sending a clear message that they don't want a certain type of people which is black people on their boat. So I've been seeing videos. Me and my family, we go on a family cruise every year. I've never been on a cruise where there's been a fight. I've never been on a cruise where there has even been an argument. I know it happens, but it seems like the once out of every 1,000 a cruise they go on a year, y'all try to promote that only black people be fighting and stuff on the boat, when most of the videos y'all see a group of black people actually vibing. Last video I just seen, it was a group, like after the club, they were doing flips in the hallway, like having a flip contest. It's normally just fun, but these bans are becoming very targeted. So first they banned speakers, then they banned fans, like the hand fans. So they was playing boots on the ground, so no more boots on the ground. They banned fans. So now they have a dress code in the nightclub, which I've never seen that before. This dude had his shirt open and a man came up to him and told him to close his shirt. I've never seen that. It's a hot ass cruise. We in the Caribbean and it's hot as fuck. Then y'all are now banning rap music in a club. So everybody else gets to have their night of music. There's 80s night, 90s night, and rock and country, but no rap music. It's a clear message that they're showing. Me and my family, we, like I said, we take a cruise every year. But after seeing all of these bans and how targeted they're becoming towards black people, this might be the last year we take a cruise on Carnival and we have to find another cruise line, because I don't like that. We are your biggest demographic of people who book on your cruise. Like, what?
If your defense starts with a bonnet on your head and ends with a brawl, you might not be the voice of reason we need. Consider this your official warning, Miss Piggy. You, the Smirnoff and the Smoke crew, and all the rest of the fan clackers, this episode was just for you. All the ghetto busters in the room. Yeah, perk up, perk your ears up, please. This is just for y'all. Now listen, at this point, I don't know if Carnival should ban fans or just ban people, but apparently the internet beat them to it. Somebody made this parody ad, and baby, when I tell you, if this ain't satire, this is documentary level footage at this point. Let's take a look.
Ever seen food stamps float? Welcome to Carnival, where Section 8 meets the 7 C's. Ah, yes, 5-star accommodations. Bed, been through something. Wall, fighting for its life. And that bottle of Henny, untouched. For now. Welcome to the all-you-can-eat struggle plate experience, where chicken stays fried, watermelon's always cold, and that red Kool-Aid got more sugar than your ex's lies. Half these folks can't swim, and the other half got their hair pressed. That pool ain't seeing nobody. Worried about your Hellcat getting stolen while you gone? Not no more. At Carnival, we let you bring the cat on board, because if you can't trust your neighbors, trust the ocean. Need to relax? Yeah, good luck. At Carnival's Hood Spa, it's cucumbers on your eyes until somebody opens their mouth. Want to shoot dice without getting shot? Carnival got you. Same drama, less trauma. Roll them bones with ocean views. And as the sun sets on the high seas, one truth remains. You can take the hood out the neighborhood, but you can't take it off the cruise ship.
That right there, that's what I call truth in advertising. Because the Ratchet Rio Carnival, it didn't just attract the ghetto. Carnival built an all-inclusive, limitless hood experience at sea. Unlimited fights, unlimited fans, and unlimited foolishness, all for the low, low price of your dignity. But you know what? I'm not even mad at it, because when the jokes start sounding like documentaries, that's when you know that we have officially hit rock bottom. Like somebody said, this ain't Carnival, it's the Section 8 of the seas. So here's my advice for you. You want to live soft and sail smooth? You might need to book a Norwegian, a princess, a celebrity, a royal, or you might just literally want to book anything but Carnival. At this rate, the cruise lines are going to start requiring background checks and bail bonds just to get on board. So to everyone out there who's got the nerve to try and defend this madness, don't worry. There's always Spirit Airlines if your cruise gets canceled. But as for me, I paid to sail, not babysit. So bon voyage. I'll let y'all know how it went, if I make it back. Until next time, be decent, be sober, and for God's sakes, read a book, take a walk, raise your standards, lower your blood pressure. I don't know, but if Carnival's got you acting like this, do me and yourself and everybody else a favor. Stay home, because we don't need any more sequels to Ghetto on the High Seas. I'm Drew. This has been The Right Side Up. Until next time, peace.
Baby, them new Carnival rules ain't racist. Ghetto behavior is universal. And we is tied, honey. Good riddance.